Okay, there's Taylor. He's way out in the log. It's just crazy. How deep's that pool below you?
Not deep enough to jump.
It's Taylor. He's on his bike. Geoff's taking his quad up, and I'm taking the Chev up. And we're heading up East Dakota. We're gonna look at an old logging camp, and then we're gonna go and look at Clare Lake. And it's way up there. So we're going. You ready to go, Geoff? Okay, let's go. Okay, let's go. I'm excited. It's a crazy view site right here. This part was pretty rough at one time, but they fixed it all up. Starting to get a pretty Taylor up on the rock. Okay, so we're at this place where the road used to wash out pretty bad. Some cool waterfalls up there. Taylor says there's some pools up there you can sit in and have a bath in, and then you can look at this amazing view right out this way. So we're gonna head up this way. Okay, we're going to Clare Lake, and that's the trail to it right there. Okay guys, let's follow Geoff. He's heading up that way. Okay, wicked man, we're at Clare Lake. It's actually a really nice little lake. Don't know if there's any fish in it. It might be so high and shallow that it freezes solid. That'll kill out any trout that was ever stocked in here. But it's a gorgeous little lake, and we're gonna go over and take a look from the other side right up there. I think there's a viewpoint up here. Right up there. So ladies and gentlemen, this is Clare Lake. Okay, we're at an amazing viewpoint.
90. 80, 90. My old 84.
So cool.
Diesel? Yeah. Fucking topped out at fucking 90. Yeah.
Well, okay. It's been a lot of years since I was up here, and I can tell you these trees have grown quite a bit. But I went on a first little hop over the side of the bank here, and ended up in the wrong spot. But if you can believe it, we're going to hop right over here, and we'll get right onto a bit of old wooden road that they used to use back in the day. So let's go. It's going to be a hell of a hike. I'm excited. Okay, cool. This is a bit of old road that they used. They're called to and fro roads. They're made out of logs. And we're going to follow that down to the big dam. And, okay, here comes everybody else down the side of this mountain. It gets better from here on, guys. Walking on the old wooden road again. It's put to use. A little sketchy, but you just got to watch your footsteps. Okay, we've been following this old wooden road for, I don't know, 5 minutes. We're just starting to come across one of the first cabins. And Taylor, he's got what's probably a stove door or top. It looks like or the front.
No, it's a spider's home now.
Spider's home now. But you can see the other chunks of the stove around here. There was clearly a cabin here. And what I've always said, I like these old cups and pots and stuff that you get, plates. All kinds of neat metal around here. You're always going to find the old galvanized wash tubs or wash buckets. And the other thing you're going to find up in these camps, we're going to probably find several more of these, are the galvanized wash tubs. So there's cabins all over this hillside. Let's go and explore, guys. We'll do some metal detecting later, but I mean, there's metal everywhere. Okay, wow, we just came across what was another cabin. It looked like it was a very large cabin. And it was probably the boss's cabin because they generally have the coolest stoves. And I'm gonna bring this over so you can get a better look at this, Geoff. But I just love these old stoves. I'll bring this one piece up. You see it's got all this amazing design in it. These stoves are all built to come apart. You get hiked up the mountain and put back together with stove bolts. And I can tell you there's going to be several more stoves around here. Maybe not as nice as this, but what an amazing example. There's enough pieces here we can almost put the whole darn thing together. The top. Oh, there's another cool piece. Another cool piece. And often that's what's left of these sites is the stoves and the wash buckets. Okay, cool. Taylor's found a bunch of neat stuff over here. What do you got over there, Taylor? Oh, saw blades and yeah.
Yeah, saw blade, wash bucket, everything you already told me was up here.
Yeah.
We're up here finding it again.
Yeah. And then.
Pretty neat. I didn't know all this was out here.
Oh, I know, and it's hard to find. It's right in the bush. There's no sign of a trail. And like I said, that's why it took me so long. There's another one of those wash buckets I love. Ooh, it's kind of growing on the ground. The actual fire buckets, that's a cooking pot actually. An actual fire bucket will have a round bottom and often a red strip around the bottom. And we may find one of those somewhere around here. So let's move on, we'll go over this way. Okay, we just came across another cabin. I love this, look at this steel thing in this tree with an eye. Who knows what that's for. But again, here's another stove. It's all the design around it, which is pretty cool. And then we got this old shovel. Look at that, it's seen better days. And then that was one of the legs, you know, you have 4 legs for them to go on. And again, these are all designed to bolt on, take apart, hike up the mountain, and reassemble. So let's move on now. There's gonna be a bunch more of this stuff. Okay, this is another cabin, and there's another saw. It's amazing, man, there's stuff everywhere. A bunch of metal. Oh, and there's another wash tub right over there, Geoff. Can you see that? Right over.
Let's go down here and have a look.
Another wash tub. Okay, cool. So where we are right now was, this was the camp cookhouse. And I remember coming here years ago, there was a whole bunch of this stuff and glass plates. I think that was a base for a kerosene lantern. And again, you'll see that there's stoves all around here. This is probably one of the bigger stoves. And it was probably because it was the camp house. It looks through the bottom of it, the cookhouse stove. But this is where guys would come and eat. And I guess from what I heard, when they're running these crosscut saws and everything in a day, after a day, they needed 5,000 to 8,000 calories to keep running. And if you look at the old pictures, they're all skinny. So it was an amazing amount of work. So I think we're gonna head down to the dam, take a look down there. And I think we may find another cabin on the way, I'm not sure. But like I said, they're everywhere. Oh, and then Taylor found these. I remember there was all kinds of plates and stuff. They're probably all buried under the moss around here. But that's pretty cool. We'll move on. Okay, cool. Like I said, you could probably, if you had the stove bolts, you could probably assemble these. And they had decorations on right down to their legs. And there's a couple of them. But quickly, what I want to talk about is this pipe. This pipe that's come out of the ground. And we have seen this in a couple spots. And in the back in the old days, and even now, they would dam someplace where they get water. And they'd run water down because that's what they used to feed their steam donkeys and whatnot. And to me, it looks like they had water coming right down to the cookhouse. So that was probably a modern feature back in the day. So pretty neat. Just like to show that stuff off. Let's move on. Okay, there's Taylor. He's way out in the log. It's just crazy. How deep's that pool below you? Okay, so where we are is we're right at the base of the dam. This was at one time a giant log dam. And this is where they dam up all the water so that they could float all their shingle bolts and lumber down to the ocean down with flumes. And right back behind me is where they would have had a huge body of water. So it's pretty cool seeing some of this old stuff in the bush still.
Yeah, I want to jump, but...
You know what? It'd be better if we had like safety rope and stuff. So we can haul you back up, that's all, so you jump again.
Down there and throw those pieces of wood out of the way, and then I'll just two-step into that hole.
Back to safety. Okay, so where we are is right where they we're behind the dam, and there would have been a large body of water here. You can tell by the bank how high it used to go, probably even a little higher than that at one time. And this is where they'd pull up all the water so they could send all their stuff down the flumes. And I can tell you that maybe just a little bit farther up here, there's another major creek that comes down, and it comes from another camp that's almost identical on the west side of the Dakota Valley. And it's pretty cool too. Not as cool as this one, but what they do, they had a dam there, and they'd send all their lumber down into here, and then down Dakota Creek down to the ocean. So it's pretty cool. But I can tell you what, we're starting to run out of daylight, so we better start hiking out. Okay, where we are is we're just coming back up to the road, but there's like a little creek here. And when I was here years ago, you could clearly see where there was a cabin right over the creek. And in fact, you can see there's a bit of the stove of it from that cabin right over here. But what's really neat about why they built over a creek is because you could have a hole in the floor, you could throw your cans out, you could take body functions out the hole. And I remember going down this creek and finding old shoes and tin cans and all kinds of stuff. So you live over a creek, they just hucked everything in and went downstream. Okay, we're just gonna metal detect around this old cabin a little bit. See what we can find around here. There's gotta be something. Oh. Oh yeah, let's target. I'm gonna dig it. Should have grabbed that shovel we were looking at. Just never know what you'll find. We found this really cool old wedge for splitting wood the last time we were here, right in the creek. Still down there. Got roots now. You actually need a Pulaski axe to really get into this stuff. Keep it still in there. Oh yeah, there's something in there.
Yeah.
Oh.
There it is.
Oh gee, I don't know what this is.
What?
Take a look at
A
that.
hinge or something maybe.
Not sure. Maybe a belt buckle? I'm not sure. That's kind of a neat piece. Looks like it's got some stuff on it. Can you tell or? Can't see very well. I'm just gonna make sure that I got the right target. Oh, that's my boot, I bet.
Yeah, I think you got it.
Yeah, we got it.
I
Neat.
don't know what that is.
Oh, cool, man. You don't need a metal detector. There's all kinds of neat stuff through this forest, but this is the last kind of, looks like their old kettle. The old spout. Probably made a lot of tea with that thing over the years, or Logger's coffee. That's pretty neat. We'll put that on display. Oh boy. Okay, let's go, guys. Okay, that's the end of this adventure today. We're gonna head down the mountain. We're about 20 minutes up from the highway, just so you know if you're on your way up. And you can look for that active worksite sign right there. We just hop over the bank just a little farther up. So that's it for today. We're gonna do some other adventures, so we'll see you next time. Hee-haw, hee-haw.